Ryan Fraser has joined the Magpies. Buongiorno everyone, what a Monday. What a busy Monday. I barely had time to get out of the shower after the Wilson signing to hear that Fraser, his best pal from Bournemouth, has jumped up north with them and joined them. And I thought I'd mix up the top, took that one off, tried this one on. Big sexy. Tell you who else is going to look big sexy in this is Wilson and Fraser together, causing havoc. Oh, the dynamic duo for the two. And to be honest, Newcastle have done more in a day than we've done in years waiting for this, because we've finally signed an out-and-out goal scorer, a traditional number 9 who can actually find the back of the net. Not only that, we've signed one of his teammates, ex-teammates from Bournemouth. They know how each other play, they know how each other link up perfect together. We've signed Wilson who can score a goal, and we've got Fraser who can assist a goal. What more do you want? You know? How's the Europa League, did you say? Getting carried away, stop it. Maybe not, maybe a few more, yeah, definitely am. No matter, even if we signed Jamal Lewis, maybe Rob Holding, maybe another one, maybe another striker on loan. I'm joking. I don't think we're going to get the Europa League, but I definitely don't think we'll be in that much of a relegation battle again this year, thankfully, because to be honest, that attacking line of Fraser, St. Maximin, Almiron and Callum Wilson is exciting. It's something to look forward to. Finally, after what was an awful summer, if we do make those one or two more signings and get a left back in that we've been crying out for years, it'd be like finally we've woken up. Finally Newcastle and Mike Ashley have woken up and realised what the club's needed for years. A left back, still to come, mind. Maybe tomorrow we hear on Keith Downey. A proper number 9 and a proper winger. Yes, we've got St. Maximin, we love St. Maximin, trickery, skills, all of that. But this is a winger who can actually, you know, like Giggs, like a Beckham, can eye for a goal, ping a cross in, put it on a plate for someone. Him and Wilson together is unbelievable. We'll have a look at their stats at the minute and we'll have a look at what Ryan Fraser said. I just can't get my head out of this. I can't get my head around it. I mean, it's like waiting for the 310, isn't it? Yeah. 2 have turned up at once. What a Monday. 2 have turned up at once. You wait so long for one to come. 2 come at the same time. 26-year-old has agreed a 5-year deal with the Scottish international after leaving Bournemouth in June. Now, there was a bit of a sticky feeling left for me after the way Fraser left, because obviously he decided not to play post-lockdown for Bournemouth because he knew he's running his contract out, and he said in this interview that we'll come to in a minute that played a part in his form last year, because a bit like Wilson, it wasn't his best year, statistically wise or performance wise. But obviously neither it was Bournemouth, as they went down after being in the Premiership for a few years. But obviously that can affect a player a lot. You know, I've been linked with other clubs. I mean, last summer, there's always two tales of the story, and last summer Bournemouth rejected Fraser's move. Apparently we bidded for him last summer. Spurs and Arsenal also had bids rejected for Ryan Fraser last summer. So it shows he was obviously pissed off at the club from then, and then he couldn't get his head around it, and a bit like everyone else, I think, even Eddie Howe, you know, that the time was up at the club. So for me, it's a fresh start for him at Newcastle, and I like everything he's saying in his interview. He seems like a really honest bloke. Fraser said he's absolutely buzzing for it. I came down to see the players the other day and it was all just good things. The manager, the players, the fans, the messages I've been getting. It was just a no-brainer really to play in such a big stadium with passionate fans, and being back up north is big as well. This is the first time in Newcastle's history that it's actually benefited us being so far up north. Fraser's parents and everything from Aberdeen, live in Aberdeen, they're actually Toon fans as well, he says in this interview. Normally, it's hard for Newcastle to sign a player, especially according to media. Oh, they want to stay in London. Oh, they don't even know where Newcastle is. It's that up north, can't fucking see it. Scotland. Thankfully, it's benefited us being near Scotland for once. For Ryan Fraser, can be closer to home. He says it's still about a 4-hour drive for him, but he's much closer to home than he would be, obviously, playing in London. He turned down moves to Palace and other clubs, and obviously not being in Bournemouth, which is pretty much France, so much better for him. Really good for us for a change. Our geographical location is on the up. He's looking forward to showing everyone what he can do, helping the team and helping us get us back to where we belong. Yes, Ryan. Yes, where we belong. Can we get better than top 10? Let us know in the comments. I mean, honestly, that front line is better than... I mean, who's got a better front line than us out of the top 8? Like St. Maximin, Almiron, Fraser, Wilson, Carroll off the bench. You know, there's some good options there. We still need one more, because if Wilson does get injured and Gale's out for Christmas and Carroll's injury record isn't great, Joe Linton's still there, hopefully he has a better season. We still do need someone in on loan, obviously being linked with the likes of Brewster and Nketiah, but still time, plenty of time. The window doesn't close for a month. At least these two lads can get off to a start. Not so much Fraser, because he hasn't played a competitive game since February, so he's got a lot to do. He seems to be working on his fitness, but Wilson's fit for Saturday against West Ham. They've already said that. I don't think Fraser will be, because obviously, like I see, he hasn't played or trained too much with the team lately, but hopefully it won't be too long before we get to see him in black and white. Brucey is delighted to bring Ryan to Newcastle United. We have held off big competition to get his signature, and that says a lot about what this club still has to offer. It's still a surprising weird day for a Newcastle fan because we're not used to spending money on making decent signings of players that we actually know about. Like I said before for the Wilson video, we normally sign youngsters and names from abroad and hoping that they come good. Sometimes they do. St. Maximin, sometimes they don't. Remy Cabella, and that could be Yarani, listen to the other ones. His abilities and contribution on the pitch speak for themselves. I'm looking forward to seeing them in a Newcastle shirt and getting to work, said Brucey on Fraser. He has wonderful chemistry on the pitch with Wilson, which excites me, and I hope it excites our supporters ahead of the new season. Born in Aberdeen, Fraser began his career with his hometown side in the Scottish Division, signing professional terms in 2010, making his debut as a 16-year-old, which you already know you're too good for Scotland when you're doing things like that, which isn't hard really, is it? Scotland, Scottish League. Catching the eye in the opening months of the 2012-13 campaign, Fraser secured a switch to Bournemouth, helped his new club climb from League One to the Premier League. I think the good thing with these signings as well, Wilson and Fraser are proper grafters. Players that have started in the lower leagues worked their way up. You've seen how well that's worked out for like Jamie Vardy, how he's still kicking on unbelievably well. One of the top goal scorers last year at the age of 32. When they have to go through graft like that, they're not spoon-fed. They always have that brutal, honest, hard-working attitude about them and always strive to do more. So it sounds like a big job I didn't do this, but nah, they've impressed me on and off the pitch so far, and I'm buzzing to see them start. I really am. Like we've said about that chemistry there, and we'll look into the stats. I mentioned it before, the goals combined, they've got the record in a 38-game Premier League season for the most goals combined, so that's when they've assisted each other, scored a goal between them, and that was reaching up to 12. Now we mentioned Fraser, linked with the likes of Arsenal and Spurs last summer, bids rejected from the pair of them. He was top of the assists in the Premier League. In the entire Premier League, Ryan Fraser was top, ahead of De Bruyne, Silva, Salah, Firmino, you name it, anyone from any other club in the Premier League. That's kind of how it works. He was top of the pile, one of the best in Europe, just in the Premier League, with the amount of assists he got in 2018-19 for Bournemouth. Not just for Bournemouth, but for Bournemouth. To be setting records like that, well impressive. Remember the start of last season, how pissed off everyone was getting with Bruce and the team, how we weren't creating many chances and weren't getting in the box, near the box at all. And it signals of why we never get bastard penalties, because we're never in the bastard penalty box to get the penalties, to get the fouls. Fraser will change this. He has some of the best stats for an attacking midfielder in the Premier League for progressing forward, forward passing. So thank God we've swapped. We wouldn't have to watch backwards Bentley, now we've got forwards Fraser. So his progressive pass and switch is, like I say, one amongst the best in the Premier League, getting in and around the box, picking out a pass, crossing through balls. Him and Wilson made Bournemouth walk the way off the back of that, running at defenders, playing balls through. It should be exciting to watch. I really hope it is. I really hope they stay fit. They can get Newcastle fans excited again, because them on the counter attack with likes of Saint and Miggy and Shelby playing balls and that, it could Brucey's entertainers, Brucey's Brexit entertainers. This could well be. So in that record-breaking monumental season for Bournemouth, Ryan Fraser in 2018-19 got 7 goals, 14 assists in 38 games. Incredible stuff that, for Bournemouth now. I mean, you'd maybe expect that at one of the best teams, at one of the top 4 teams, maybe. But like I say, he was top of the pile. He was top. That record there was the best in the league for anyone. 14 assists for Bournemouth. Unreal. If we look overall in 120 Premier League appearances, he's got 16 goals and 26 assists. A really exciting addition to the squad. Both of those players, Fraser and Wilson, the chemistry, the link up that them can do together, assisting each other, scoring goals. It's just, honestly, it's a bit of a mad Monday. I expect to wake up soon, because to get news out that Newcastle signed those 2 players, 2 really good players that could play for pretty much any team in the Premier League. Callum Wilson was linked with Chelsea the other year. Fraser was linked with Arsenal. These are top-class Premier League players who have done it and proved it that they can do it at this level. Yes, last year wasn't the best year and Bournemouth got relegated, but hopefully they can find that form from the previous year, that record-breaking form. Once the heads are screwed on, once they're settled, once they've got motivated, because the both knew it was leaving, Bournemouth were a sinking ship. Now they're at Newcastle, now they're under Brucey. Let's hope we can get some exciting football back. Let me know what you think of Fraser and Wilson joining the Mags today. Subscribe to my channel TV and enjoy yourselves.